yoga teacher training was something that I had wanted to do for a very long time. I'd never really made the time to do it, but with this, I really made myself set the time aside and sign up for it. Of course, there's an element of personal development that you're looking to find, but what I ended up finding, I think, is very different than what I initially sought, because your expectations of this are far less than what you actually receive. I mean, you could say I was expecting personal development, or I was expecting to come out being able to teach a class, but those are very rudimentary goals in comparison to what actually comes after 3 weeks in a teacher training with Zuna Yoga. One of the most amazing things I've learned over the past 3 weeks was definitely the more you know, the less you realize you know, which is kind of, a cliche, stereotypical thing to say, but it's very true. It's kind of like looking through a keyhole, through a door, and seeing this whole other world on the other side, and you realize you're getting just a peek at something that you didn't even know existed. And just kind of the awe and wonder that goes along with that. It's like you can't really expect anything about what you're learning, because it's just something new. It's like learning that there's this whole other side, a whole other way of thinking that exists that you never really even fathomed. So that's pretty wild. I think the first way that I'll use what I've learned is to apply it towards myself, and my own practice and my own ways of living. Because before you're able to teach anything to anyone else, I think you really need to be able to instill those practices in yourself and discover what they really mean. Some of them are far beyond anything in terms of like the asana practice of yoga. They are more foundational practices of how to be, how to be a functional human in the planet, how to be the person that you want to be. So I think that's really going to come first. Obviously, beyond that, I'm very interested in applying it to help other people learn about themselves as well. The physical aspect of that is definitely an entryway, especially for me in terms of what I do to take yoga and other physical things that you can learn and apply them. But I think helping others explore their own potential, whether it's physical or otherwise, is definitely what I hope to be able to pass on. I mean, the word Bali kind of just has this magical, nature in and of itself. But I think, of course, the landscape, the people, the culture definitely interests me, and it obviously has a very strong tie to yoga, or at least the culture of it. So that was probably what drew me here. What do I do for a living? I am a professional circus artist. I have worked for many circus companies around the globe, primarily with Cirque du Soleil, but also a lot of other smaller companies.